Games. Some people feel like they are just better than anything new, and some people think that they are antiquated and just can't enjoy them compared to all the modern advances we've all become used to. So where can old games create a space for themselves and even complement new generations and systems? Oh boy, here's that dirty word I don't like. Subscription services. Yeah, I said it. When it comes to paying money to subscribe to a gaming service, sure, some people swear by kinda old third-party games, maybe a year or two, and some even believe that day one first party is viable, despite there being a real quality concern. Something I don't think many have explored yet, and by many I mean PlayStation, is how successful Nintendo has been with its service, which offers their back catalog of classic games spanning several generations of consoles. The real key, I feel, to complementing a new generation's games is leaning on your old generation's games, sort of saying to new consumers, hey, look at what we've done in the past as an indication of what you can expect in the future. Having a history and legacy is something that should be celebrated and preserved, and expecting a future that's full of innovation and evolution is something that should be expected. Using a back catalog of games published or developed by the platform holder is, in my opinion, what a gaming service should be all about. I don't believe that a new generation's games, whether or not they are first or third party, benefit creatively from depending on a subscription service that maybe hasn't reached the requisite number of subscribers to allow for budgets that speak to that creativity. Sure, AA games can masquerade as AAA, and sure, some people may even begin to believe that single A or AA are really AAA just because they are included in a service. But we know that's not the case. A previous generation's AA or even AAA, through the course of time, become true single A or AA, based on the simple fact that technology is always moving forward, and in their day, what they were isn't what they are now. That's not to say they still can't be classics, but there's a reason that remakes and even remasters happen. So taking those classics and packaging them up in a service seems like the best way to approach a subscription service that allows for gamers to lean on past experiences while awaiting future innovations. This is Dark Cloud, an action role-playing game developed by Level 5 and published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation 2. It was originally supposed to be a launch title for the system in March of 2000, and the game eventually released in Japan in December of 2000 and in North America in May of 2001, uniquely combining the mechanisms of action role-playing games with elements of city-building games. Dark Cloud tells the story of a group of adventurers who band together to fight against the Dark Genie who has attacked and destroyed many villages. This game is available along with others in PlayStation Plus's premium service that allows access to older games, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PSP games, and hopefully one day PlayStation 3 games. Who knows if that's going to happen. But I wanted to highlight this game because back in the day when this game released on the PlayStation 2, it was a AAA action role-playing game developed by Level 5, a big prestigious company, and it pushed action role-playing games forward in terms of gameplay, in terms of graphics, in terms of sound. In that generation, it was squarely a AAA game. Years and years later, today, capturing this footage for this video, it is squarely in the single A to AA space. Over time, technology improved, and yesterday's AAA became today's single A or AA. That's the point of this entire video. I feel like old games really make a subscription service valuable. Not day and date, not new games that have come out maybe a year or 2 or 3 years ago that you wait for, but leaning on the past, the creativity of a platform holder, their back catalog, really pushes the idea that what's coming to that platform is more exciting than maybe even what came from that platform holder in the past. And that is the driving factor of a new generation. It's new experience. Nostalgia is a good thing, but you can't let it root you in the past to the point where you're unwilling to experience the natural evolution of your favorite hobby. So gaming has to move forward, and we shouldn't expect new creative visions to be hampered or fit into a subscription model. But those old games, those great games, those games that lead you to become a fan of a particular platform over time should remind the users of how great things were and how great things are going to be. I think Sony may be taking a page out of Nintendo's playbook with Switch Online, and I think the PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and PSP will add value to their subscription service, even though they're not including their day and date new generation titles, which, to be honest, I'm glad that they're not doing. I want them to take those chances. I want them to invest heavily into the new, and I feel like they've got more than enough great old content to make that subscription service as exciting as Switch Online is with their Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Switch, NES, Super NES, N64, and potentially GameCube titles in the future. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this video. If you would, please hit that like button, maybe think about subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.